watching CNN News 18's Now Showing I'm Atika Farooqui in this episode from Goa. I hope you're keeping yourself cool in these torrid summers by watching good movies, and I'm here to give you a lowdown on what to watch and what to skip. Let's begin with the headlines.
This Mother's Day we've got from our archives Kajol talking motherhood and movies, and also everything about Devgan family. Actor Shreyas Talpade gives a winning performance in the biopic Kaun Pravin Tambe, tells us why it's the story closest to his heart. And singer Apache Indian talks about staying relevant, his love for music, and reggae sensation Bob Marley.
They say that the hand that rocks the cradle is the hand that rules the world. The whole world will be celebrating Mother's Day on 8th of May this Sunday. But technically, every day is Mother's Day, isn't it? In a throwback interview, I talked to Kajol about her experiences of parenting, motherhood, delivery, postpartum, etc. And the difference between her and her mother Tanuja in terms of making the children good human beings. Check it out.
Most precious jewel you can wear around your neck are the arms of your children.
I totally agree and I think मेरी माँ भी वही कहती है कि जब मैं मम्मी के मतलब गले लगती हूँ तो हाँ दिल पे ठंडक पड़ जाती है तो बिल्कुल मुझे भी ऐसे ही लगता है तो I love my kids unapologetically.
और जब पहली बार अपने बच्चे को आपने अपने हाथ में लिया होगा, what was the feeling like?
पहली बार जब लिया तो मैं इतनी थकी थी और मैंने इतने पेन मेडिकेशंस ले चुकी थी तो आई थिंक मैं अपनी धुनकी में थी उस वक्त तो आई डोंट थिंक एनीथिंग रजिस्टर्स तो पहले 6 महीने के बाद आई थिंक रजिस्टर होता है कि ये हमारा बच्चा है हाँ और उसको प्यार करना चाहिए और बाकी सब जो टिपिकल माँ फीलिंग्स होते हैं मेरे को लगता है 6 महीने के बाद आते हैं जब होश आता है तब माँ की फीलिंग्स आती है
टोटली अब पोस्टमार्टम डिप्रेशन हुआ था आपको
There was no time for depression.
There was no time for
वक्त ही नहीं था डिप्रेशन होने के लिए इतना सारा कुछ करना था from burping to feeding to everything else. तो it was I think मेरे जितने भी दोस्त थे तो जब निशा पैदा हुई थी तो you know कितने लोगों ने मुझे मैसेज किया कि you know when can we come and see the baby. So तो मैंने मैसेज वापस किया कि अगर आप मेरे सच्चे दोस्त हो तो अगर अगले 6 महीने के लिए मुझे अकेला छोड़ दो 6 महीने के बाद मुझे आके मिलना अगर मेरे रियल फ्रेंड्स हो तो
अजय ने एक्टिंग की ट्रेनिंग ली आपने नहीं इसलिए एक छोटा सा
ट्रेनिंग ली
यस रियली ही
ट्रेन तो मुझे नहीं बताया था
यस
पहले बताना चाहिए था शादी नहीं करती
अच्छा तो लिहाजा इस वजह से आप दोनों की क्राफ्ट में एक छोटा सा फर्क ये है क्या है
हम दोनों बहुत अलग तरीके के एक्टर्स हैं he is more thought out I think वो डायरेक्टर बनना चाहता था पहले से और फिर एक्टिंग में काइंड ऑफ गलती से by mistake kind of you know आ गए तो I think he is more technical and he's smarter than I am where acting is concerned definitely he uses all the editing के बारे में भी सोच के कैमरा एंगल के बारे में भी सोच के वो सब एक्टिंग करता है मैं सिर्फ एक्टिंग करती हूँ
right so more precision
yeah
what would you tell your 14-year-old self
I tell my 14-year-old self to just chill and keep doing whatever you're doing it's all going to be okay
okay tell me a beauty hack
sleep a lot the world looks better you look better and I think you like yourself more the next morning if you have a good 8 to 10 hours of sleep
how many films have you and Ajay done together
I have no clue
really
how many have I done together I have no clue
भैया आप दोनों बात करते हैं आपस में कि नहीं करते हैं
7-8 पिक्चरें की होंगी हमने 7 मुझे लगता है उतनी ही होंगी 7-8 होंगी
मतलब काम की बातें कम हो रही हैं और काम की बातें ज्यादा हो रही हैं
ज्यादातर
अच्छी खबर है
हाँ बिल्कुल
क्या आपके ससुर वीरू देवगन साहब ने शादी से पहले आपकी किसी फिल्म के एक्शन सीक्वेंसेस डायरेक्ट किए थे
एक्शन सीक्वेंस डायरेक्ट नहीं किया था लेकिन मैं उनसे मिली थी मैं उनको करण अर्जुन के सेट पे मिली थी वो आए थे राकेश रोशन को मिलने के लिए और वो आए थे उससे मिलने के लिए और मेरे साथ बैठ के 2 घंटे बात करके चले गए
सीरियसली
हाँ और इतने मजाक में जोक्स क्रैक कर रहे थे हंसा रहे थे मजाक उड़ा रहे थे सबका तो हमारी तो बहुत बनी उस वक्त
अजय देवगन साहब को कितने नेशनल अवार्ड्स मिले हैं
2
हाउ डू यू स्टार्ट योर डे
waking up my son for school Saturdays and Sunday thanking God that there's no school
okay आपने अपने बारे में सबसे बेवकूफी की चीज हाल के दिनों में क्या पढ़ी इंटरनेट पे या मीडिया में
एक्चुअली ज्यादातर जो बोलते हैं सच ही होता है
सच होता है
मैं ज्यादातर किसी चीज में पढ़ती नहीं हूँ, मैं कंट्रोवर्सीज क्रिएट नहीं करती हूँ, मैं किसी से झगड़ा नहीं कर, मैं किसी से मिल ही नहीं रही हूँ तो झगड़ा कहाँ से करूँ? मुझे लगता है कि लोग जब मुझे इंटरव्यू करने भी आते हैं तो सोचते हैं कि हाय सवाल क्या पूछे।
The book that changed your life.
The book that changed my life, not a book, all my books, my library changed my life. करीबन मेरे पास 1500 किताबें होंगी।
Really?
I must be having more than that actually.
बॉम्बे के घरों में?
हाँ, मेरे पास
1500 किताब?
2000 कुछ किताबें हैं
Wow.
जो आई थिंक कुछ अभी मैंने लोनावला भेज दी हैं, मम्मी
नानी
के
के
पास
घर
हैं, और कुछ करजत में पड़ी हैं। तो मैं जहाँ पे भी जाती हूँ मेरे कुछ 5-6 किताबें, हर बाथरूम में 6 किताबें होंगी, 5 किताबें होंगी। आई लव माई बुक्स, दे आर माई बेस्ट फ्रेंड्स।
Okay. One life hack that you want to give to everyone.
Don't take yourself so seriously.
Correct. Is it important to date before marriage?
Pay attention to the person in front of you before you get married, and no, I don't think that you should get married ASAP, but I definitely think that if you feel that this is the right person for you, and if you're absolutely sure that उसके जो ख्याल हैं वो आपसे मैच करते हैं, और उसकी फैमिली भी देखना, जरूर देखना,
Yes.
बहुत जरूरी है कि सिर्फ
बड़े बूढ़े कहते थे ये बात।
हाँ बिल्कुल, आप सोचते हो कि कि ये जरूरी नहीं है, लेकिन ये बहुत बहुत जरूरी चीज होती है। आपकी डे टू डे लाइफ जो है वो
उसी से
बदल
गवर्न
जाती
होती है।
बेसिकली।
निसा की नजर में आपकी सबसे अच्छी फिल्म कौन सी है?
निसा के नजर में मैं कोई अच्छी पिक्चरें बनाती नहीं हूँ। उनको लगता है कि मैं हर पिक्चर में बहुत रोती हूँ, और उस दोनों को लगता है कि मेरी माँ क्यों रोती रहती है ये स्क्रीन पे, ये नहीं होना चाहिए, और दोनों रोते हैं और देन इट बिकम्स अ मेस।
निसा जब फर्दर स्टडीज के लिए सिंगापुर जा रही थी तो आपने अपने आप से कहा
इट्स ओके, टेक इट इजी, शी विल कम बैक, वापस आ जाएगी। सबसे खराब सेंटेंस है वो, ये इसके भलाई के लिए है। हाँ
बेटा युग अगर बड़े होकर आपसे कहे कि मुझे एक शानदार लॉन्च दीजिए मम्मी पापा, तो आप क्या कहेंगे?
अगर उसको फिल्मों में आना होगा तो मैं जरूर उसको कहूंगी कि ग्राउंड लेवल अप से शुरू करे और फिर लॉन्च की बात करे।
इस बात पर आपकी और अजय की बहस हो जाती है?
आई थिंक बच्चों के डिसिप्लिन पे।
Okay.
क्योंकि काफी टाइम्स होते हैं जब मैं बोलती हूँ नहीं ये तो करना ही है,
हाँ. और
नो ये बहुत जरूरी है, और यू हैव टू फिनिश दिस टुडे, और यू हैव टू फिनिश व्हाट, तो वो हमारी बहस होती है कि अरे राज के लिए रहने दो यार, मेरे साथ इतनी देर के बाद बैठा है, अभी उसको 15 मिनट और रहने दो, तो उस बात पे बहस होती है फिर।
आपने बच्चों की पेरेंट टीचर्स मीटिंग में कभी किसी ने आपसे ऑटोग्राफ लिया है?
ऑटोग्राफ नहीं लिया है, लेकिन काफी फैंस तो जरूर मिले हैं।
You're a fourth generation actor. आपकी परनानी थी रतन बाई, शोभना समर जी, तनुजा जी। एज एन एक्टर हु आर यू क्लोजेस्ट टू?
कभी कभी मेरी माँ की झलक मुझ में दिखती है, मैं कभी अपने आप को देखती हूँ, मुझे लगता है हाँ बिल्कुल आप देख सकते हो। कभी कभी मैं देखती हूँ अपने आप को और लगता है कि ओ गॉड आई लुक सो मच लाइक माय आंट मुत्तन मौशी की तरह, या कभी मैं देखती हूँ अपने आप को तो तीनों जो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट फिगर्स हैं मेरी जिंदगी में, I think I'm very different from all three of them.
आपका बच्चों को पालने का तरीका इस एक चीज में मदर तनुजा जी से अलग है।
मुझ में इतनी हिम्मत नहीं है जितनी उनमें है, उनमें थी और उनमें है अब तक। To trust your upbringing of them is even more brave. So I think that's something that I'm not so good at yet. I'm good. I'm good, but I don't think I'm as brave as her. Not yet. I remember 12. I was 12. मैं 12 साल की थी उस वक्त। मेरी माँ ने मुझे बैठा के समझाया कि देखो आज से मैं आप पे कभी हाथ नहीं उठाऊंगी, मैं डांटूंगी जरूर, मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि ये सही है और ये गलत है, लेकिन आपकी जिंदगी में अगर आप डिसीजन लेने वाले हो तो यहाँ पे शुरू करना है आपको, और हर डिसीजन का जो रिजल्ट होगा, कॉन्सिक्वेंस होगा, वो जो कॉन्सिक्वेंस होगा, अगर आपने डिसाइड किया है कि आप रात को लेट सोने वाले हो तो आपको सुबह तो उठना ही है स्कूल के लिए।
Correct.
और वो आपका डिसीजन है। बट या आई ट्राई टू put my children in a particular routine और ये सब।
जब आपकी नानी लोनावला में अकेले रहती थी सिर्फ अपने डॉग्स के साथ, तो उनकी फिक्र में आपने उनसे सबसे ज्यादा इमोशनल सवाल एक बार ये किया था।
वो इतनी खुश थी वहां पे। उनकी एक छोटी गाड़ी हुआ करती थी, एक छोटी ब्लू मारुति 800, इट वाज ब्राइट ब्लू, मतलब मीलों दूर से दिखती थी वो गाड़ी। शी वाज द क्वीन ऑफ लोनावला। गाड़ी चलाकर मार्केट में जाके अपनी सब्जियां सब कुछ खरीद के खुद आती थी, एंड शी वाज वेरी इंडिपेंडेंट एंड शी लव्ड हर हाउस। तो उनको एक बहुत she was very house proud that way कि बहुत ये था कि ये मेरा घर है, ये देखो मेरा गार्डन. उनको गुलाबों का बहुत शौक था. So she loved her little Chinese roses और you know पूरा मतलब she was very very fond of her roses and her garden and her dogs.
Moving on, Shreyas Talpade talks about his film called Kaun Pravin Tambe, where he plays a cricketer, and this is a story that will inspire millions and millions of people. He also talks about his experience of making this for Disney Plus Hotstar. In this interview with my colleague Vishal Chatkara, he also speaks about his experience of giving his voice to Allu Arjun in Pushpa, the ride.
Shreyas, you'll be seen playing the spinner Pravin Tambe in the film Kaun Pravin Tambe that is currently streaming on Disney Plus Hotstar. This is, of course, a story of passion and perseverance. Pravin Tambe, of course, got his first break as a professional cricketer at the age of 41. So please tell us more about Pravin Tambe and how much did you know about his life?
Pravin Tambe is the oldest debutant in IPL. He did his debut at the age of 41. And actually, when I saw him for the first time playing, I was like, who's this guy? You know, because in this entire group of 22, 23, 19-year-olds, suddenly you see one guy who doesn't really fit that part. And I asked my friends, who's this guy? And they told me it's Pravin Tambe. You know, he did his debut at 41. And then we saw his game and we really loved it. First, I thought कि किसी के पहचान से तो नहीं आया. 41 में कौन debut करता है? कैसे debut होती? You know, but then I was told no, he's a fantastic player, and Rahul Dravid spotted him, and then he got him in the team. And I said, wow. So when I saw him, obviously as an actor, as a filmmaker, you probably think of a story, right? That यहाँ पे कुछ कहानी होगी कि where was he till the age of 41? What was he doing? So there has to be some story behind it. And then eventually, of course, you forget about it. Then, you know, a couple of years later, suddenly you get a call saying that, you know, we are planning a film on Pravin Tambe, and would you be keen? Then I met Praveen, I met writers, I met Jaiprath, and of course Neeraj and Sheetal and everyone. And when I heard his story, I was truly amazed. I was amazed because here is this guy who just kept on relentlessly going after his dreams and not giving up at all, in spite of so many people telling him कि अरे तू अभी 35 का हो गया, अभी क्रिकेट कौन खेलेगा, कौन लेगा? It is a fact. But he just went on and on and on till finally he achieved what he wanted to. And I'm so happy for him because when you meet Praveen, you realize that he's such a simple, sincere, honest guy.
So what was it that you as an actor connected most with this story?
In the film also, what we really tried to bring out is the spirit of Pravin Tambe.
Okay.
You know, the fact that he believes in the line that age is just a number. That is my biggest takeaway from the film as well. His spirit was something that Jaiprath was very keen on. He said, we are not doing any prosthetics. And, you know, of course, you have to get his body language and the bowling action and everything right. But what is most important is getting the spirit of Pravin Tambe right. What he stands for. The fact that he is always positive, always, you know, chasing his dreams, and he never really gives up till the time he really achieves that. That is something which was paramount for us, and that is what we've aimed to bring out through the film.
You're having this great year, Shreyas. First, you had Pushpa earlier this year, and now Kaun Pravin Tambe. Do people always come to you and ask you to say lines from Pushpa? Is there, have you got any compliment from Allu Arjun?
Allu Arjun, yes. Alluji, in fact, in a couple of his interviews, he's very openly thanked me. In fact, the words that he used is "Thank you for giving soul to Pushpa." I think coming from an actor to another actor, that's a huge compliment. I've been a huge admirer of his work, and I was very happy when I got to dub this film for him because I like his work. I like him as an actor, and I feel he's a very sincere actor. You know. And whatever he does with a lot of conviction, and Pushpa is proof enough of that. So I was very happy to do that, and whatever happened after that, it's quite unbelievable, to be very honest. In my little career, I have never seen anyone getting this kind of appreciation for dubbing a particular film. But nevertheless, I think God has been extremely kind, and so have been our people. They've showered me with immense love for Pushpa. And yes, wherever I go today, you know, I am known as the voice of Pushpa, or I'm known as Pushpa also at some places. And none of my meetings or my interviews get over without me saying, "Main jhukega nahi, sala."
Time for a short break on Now Showing. On the other side of this break, we have Apache Indian talking about his legendary song, Chuck There. Don't go away. Welcome back. You're watching Now Showing. I'm Atika Farooqui. Now, moving on. You remember the sensation of the 90s? Apache Indian. Well, Apache Indian is back with a new song, and that is titled Rise Up. Apache talks to my colleague Vishal Chatkar about so many things, and one of them is the influence of reggae legend Bob Marley on him.
Apache, you're back with a new song, this one titled Rise Up, which also have vocals by Shibani Kashyap and rapper De Niro Ash. The song is urging the world to unite and to rise up beyond differences. So who came up with this idea and how you all created this number?
Yes, the idea came from De Niro Ash, and he's a very, very dear friend of mine. I worked with him in India, worked with him on different tracks, but the idea actually came in the lockdown. And it was all about rising up, working together, uniting, let's get the musicians together. I mean, it was kind of a double kind of meaning. I mean, the whole world was suffering, mental health, whatever it may be, work, job, money. And the musicians were suffering because, you know, the lockdown, there was no gigs, there was no work. So there was a lot. I mean, it was just a case of getting together and sending out this message. And, you know, we probably should have had more songs like that. But yeah, great idea. Great to collaborate with De Niro, Chesin, Shabani, Amir here in the UK, bringing different styles and genres. We're sending out this strong message to the world.
You know, Bob Marley was a pioneer of reggae music. How he influenced your music? And do you remember which was that one song that made you fall in love with the music of Bob Marley? And I really like the song Get Up, Stand Up and Buffalo Soldier. And also you were signed by the same label, Island Records, who also signed Bob Marley. And you recorded your song Arranged Marriage in Jamaica at the Bob Marley studios, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I mean, Bob Marley's, you know, my favorite artist of all time. You know, Bob Marley right behind me there. You can see, I don't know whether you can see. I mean, I love Bob Marley. I mean, all the songs. Again, you know, it was the meaning. You know, as I said, no disrespect to any songs from India, but India's bright and colorful and you want to escape in this. But, you know, we miss the meaning, you know, like Buffalo Soldier and One Love. And there was a song called, my favorite song, I would say, So Much Trouble in the World. And I just fell in love with it. There was something that's wanted to be a part of that sound. Bob Marley actually died on my birthday, May the 11th. And as I released my first few songs, I got offered a deal by his record label, Island Records. They said, "Do you like reggae music?" I says, "Yeah." And they sent me on the first flight to Jamaica, straight to Kingston, straight to his studios, Tough Gong.
Why don't we see you work here in India more? You, like you said, you have collaborated with likes of A.R. Rahman, Asha Bhosle, and DSP for a Telugu film.
India is one of those places that you just have to be there. Every time I'm there, they call me and they say, "Oh, would you come? Would you do this? Would you do that?" As soon as you leave, then it's, you know, it's difficult to be. You have to just be there to be a part of the mix. I would love to do more. I have spent a lot of time there. There's a new song coming out with a rapper over there. I'm not supposed to say anything, but in fact, he's told everyone already. So there's a song, a collaboration with Honey Singh coming up. I don't tell anyone. I've told everyone. No, I mean, I love India so much. I mean, I can't get enough of India. We're still inspired by India, North, South, Punjab, Bollywood. But it's just a country that you have to just be there. So I'm coming soon, so look out for me.
You sort of invented and championed this genre called Bhangra Muffin, with, of course, your breakout hit Chuck There. What made you stick to reggae music for so many years?
Reggae that's the love. I love reggae music. So I will, you know, the root will always be reggae. I sing in the Patwa language. Like I said, you know, I mix it with hip hop, I mix it with pop, I'll mix it with Bhangra. And then that Bhangra Muffin became a new genre that mix up reggae and Indian that wasn't there before. It was either reggae or Bollywood or Hindi, whatever. So, you know, it was the first time it all came together and created not just a new genre, but it created a reflection of a new culture. But I love reggae music. It's a part of my system. It's a feeling. It's something that I'm very comfortable doing.
And please give us few lines of Chalk there.
We say number one in the Bombay chart. In the end, me I tear them apart. And when me come, I bring a new style. So listen, God, people. Man, tell everybody, Chalk there.
Back then when you released Chalk there, there's a line in the song which was censored when the song dropped here in India. It released on TV and on the cassettes. There was a line in that song called "A Ball from Khalistana." Khalistan is a word which is used by separatist group, 6 separatist groups. Do you think if the song would have released today, it would draw criticism on social media and you would be trolled for the lyrics?
Yes, maybe, yes. I mean, it had criticism even then. But again, it was something that was around. It was something that was in the news. So I mentioned it once in a line, Chalk there, them bar from Khalistan. And maybe it was wrong. Maybe I shouldn't have mentioned it. But it was, reggae is about not running away from anything. It's in the news. I didn't overdo it. I just mentioned it in one line. I think people know that it wasn't offensive. I wasn't saying anything political. I was just saying things that are current. But yeah, I mean, it didn't give me much of a backlash, but you have to be careful. Even then, you have to be careful now. With music, you can't take away lines. You can't, once it's released, it's there. But anyone who found that offensive, I apologize. Not trying to be offensive, just trying to be real. A lot of people said I shouldn't have wrote a song about arranged marriage because it's traditional. I shouldn't be saying those things. So, I mean, where does it end? Artists will always be criticized for lines, for this, for that. But no offense, no disrespect to anyone.
Apache Indian, thank you so much and best of luck.
Thank you very much. God bless. Respect.
That's all in this episode of Now Showing. I say goodbye here, but I see you next week for sure with the review of Ranveer Singh starrer Jayesh Bhai Jordar. Till then, you stay cool, you stay safe, and thank you for watching.